Greetings and welcome to the Wealth for Real YouTube channel. I'm your host, Christopher Anastasio. It is Wednesday, October 4th, 2023, and this is going to be a quick video, guys. I want to show you and talk to you about a tweet or a post on X that I saw that you can hopefully see on my screen right now in the background that I came across last night, kind of proliferated it on a couple of my channels, platforms, and just had to bring your attention to it. It wasn't the only one like this that I came across last night. Talking about the U.S. national debt, the rate of acceleration, things of that nature. There were a couple different things getting posted because there was such a sort of flurry, if you want to call it that, of activity that was kind of bouncing around with 10-year bond yields and money printing here and Speaker McCarthy being replaced there. There was just a lot of news that had something or other to do with the government and fiscal policy and monetary policy and the national debt and the deficit. So there's a lot of things that I could have shown you in this video, but I wanted to just zero in, pardon the pun, because I'm looking at Zero Hedge's account here. I wanted to zero in on this particular post that stood out amongst the rest. And I'm just going to kind of recap it for you here. You see it got posted about 14 hours ago. So yesterday evening, Zero Hedge posts, the U.S. added, checks notes, $275 billion in debt in one day. Total U.S. debt now $33.442 trillion, and it hit $33 trillion just 2 weeks ago, and is on pace to rise by $1 trillion in a month. So, meaning we would be in the 34 range by the time November came around. Okay, and then he says, "What the fuck is going on?" So, and this was a quote tweet from September 18th when we surpassed 33 trillion. So he took that 33 trillion that occurred about 2 weeks ago, and then reposted here. And you can see the jump right there at the end, that little spike right where my cursor is moving. So this is absolutely unconscionably staggering in scope and scale, guys. And I think when we, one of the things when I mentioned McCarthy before that people were pointing out, one of the reasons that there was so much vitriol towards him in being replaced as speaker, although it's probably one of the lesser things in the news. I think you see a lot of stuff about Ukraine spending, which also has to do with money policy, Ukraine spending, border issues, things like that. But in that list, and again, so I forget who posted it last night, but reminded me that it was McCarthy that suspended the debt ceiling. Now, we know the debt ceiling is a farce. We know it's fake. We know it means nothing. Okay. But it's still there, and it creates a speed bump when more spending is being contemplated around the level of the debt ceiling. He suspended the debt ceiling in a deal with the Biden administration when we last bumped up against it. I guess it was a few months ago or so, and said we're not even going to revisit the debt ceiling. I believe I should have checked this before I made this video. I believe it was like January 2025. So when the next president, whether it's a Biden second term or a new president comes in January 2025, I believe is when the debt ceiling comes back into play. So really, like, between this later part of 2023 and all of 24, there's no cap, there's no restraint, there's no speed bump on spending. I mean, it just could go on forever. It could go on, infinitely, theoretically, up to that point in time. So let me just see, guys, if on the fly here, suspended debt ceiling. Let's just see what comes up here, guys. Yeah, I should have looked January 2025. There we go. So back in early June, the debt ceiling deal suspends nation's $31.4 trillion borrowing limit until January 2025. So guess that one correctly. And I mean, it's pretty incredible. It's absolutely incredible that's the amount. I mean, we basically have 15 months of completely unrestrained spending. Now, if we had a debt ceiling, yes, it would get raised and we keep spending, no question about it. But there would be a momentary pause, and there would be a fight, and there would be a charade that would be put on to get to that new spending. So it sort of slows things down for a little bit, and then it goes back to where it normally does. In this case, there's no slowing down. We're unbridled for the next 15 months. And by the way, guys, just because I bought gold last week, I had to check in on the gold spot price. I think I caught it when it was in the high 1800s, which of course on the exchange means I bought it in the 1900s because it always gets marked up on an exchange. but from the high 1800s to the low 1800s, but a little bit of a tick up here as this spending occurs, completely unrelenting. And of course, over the next 15 months, obviously I'm hoping to see some kind of move here. But again, in the end, I bought this for generational purposes, and so I never intend to sell it unless something really crazy happens. But it is kind of interesting to keep an eye on this in light of this situation right here. So anyway, guys, I'm going to end the video here. I want to keep this brief, but did want to call your attention to this, given some of the things I think I mostly had tweeted out last night. I also snapshotted this and posted it over on TikTok, where I think as of this morning had like 3,000 views or 4,000 views or something like that. So anyway, guys, thanks for supporting the channel. Everybody who's subscribed, thank you so much. If you haven't, hit the subscribe button, please. Super appreciate that. Everybody who's commenting and dialoguing, I can't thank you guys enough. Like, I mean, I'm learning from you guys. Hopefully you're learning something or getting some value out of these videos as well. But everybody who's taking the time to sit there and type something, if you disagree with the content or if you have a different viewpoint, doesn't matter. I love it. I really appreciate you guys checking in on the channel and sharing your thoughts and insights as well. So anyway, with that, guys, hope everybody has a great Wednesday, great hump day, and we'll be back with you guys soon. Thanks.